Right. Good evening there. Good evening all. So today is a boy day, right? But as a boy day, so what we need to do the class, right? So I told you before on the main boy days that we are having like Vesak and Posok, right? So I'm not going to have classes, but right, this is also the main boy day, but we had to have the class, right? So today I'm going to start the lesson crafts, right? What important, right? This is a lesson, right? That you, right, uh, do, right? That you perform so many mistakes, right? This is the lesson that you make so many steps in the exam. And when it comes to the grade 10 and grade 11, there are more parts added to this lesson. And also, if you understand the concept of graph, right, you will be able to score this lesson, right? Nothing. Game of name. You can score fully. There are few things to understand actually. Nothing more. Poti දේවල් ටිකක් තියෙන්නේ. Right? So you have to understand those small parts. Right? So then you can score whatever you want in graphs. What is your, right? The basic concept, you need to catch it up to the next level. Huh? Right. So this is a 20th lesson. Graphs. Huh? So let us do some examples from your grade 8 and refresh your knowledge. Huh? Right. So uh, previous exercise. Draw coordinate plane with the x-axis and y-axis. Then mark from -5 to +5 and mark the points A, then mark the points B on it, right? Mark the point C and mark the point C and D such that ABCD is a square, right? And write the coordinates of C and D, right? Then second one, write the equation of each side of the plane figure ABCD. Right? A small thing, right? A small thing, very small thing you have to do. First of all, you are going to draw a coordinate plane, Cartesian plane. That is called the Cartesian plane. The Cartesian plane is made up of, right, crossing two number lines at the origin, right? X horizontal line, Y vertical line. So x-axis, y-axis. That is called our Cartesian plane. Two number lines has been crossed, right? Where your origin is, and where your origin is situated. Right? Right. Take your book, right? Take your exercise book, put the name of the lesson, and write down the page number one. Page number one. Under that, review exercise. Page one. Review exercise. So, right. I hope you can do this. Please try. Try again. Then within 1 or 2 minutes, I am going to start discussing, right? So that you can follow me. Right. Hope you are trying that. We exercise first question. Right. Okay, now I am going to discuss it and you should follow. Right there. Can you see the whiteboard? Can you see the whiteboard? Yes or no? So, you can see the whiteboard. Can you see or not? Okay, no need. Okay. No need, no need. Right? I'm doing it on the board. Right. Okay. So this is the basic thing. So you need to understand very basic things I am going to discuss right from the beginning. So the page number one, previous exercise, right? First question. Right? First question, part one. Draw a coordinate plane with the x and y axis. Right. So draw a coordinate plane with the x and y axis. So this is my y axis. This is my x axis. So the most importantly, don't forget to mark. Don't forget to mark x-axis level and y-axis level. Further, don't forget to mark x-axis level and y-axis level. Right? And don't forget to mark this arrow and this arrow on the x-axis and the y-axis. If you don't mark one of these things, x, y, this arrow, your Cartesian plane is wrong. Right? It's not up to the standard. It's wrong. So first of all, you need to mark these things. And also next, this 0 point. This 0 point. Right? Normally the coordinate of this 0 point is 0, 0, 0, 0. Right? So this is called our origin. If you want, you can name it. This point is called origin of the graph. The coordinates of that point is 0, 0. X-axis coordinate is 0, y-axis coordinate is 0. Right. Now they are telling us mark from -5 to +5. Right. So from 0 to right hand side, I would get positive numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So +1, +2, +3, +4, +5. Right. Left hand side, that means my negative side. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Negative. When it comes to y-axis, same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5. So what is the scale that you are going to take? How to scale it? You are having a grid, right? In a sometimes you might have a grid, right? Sometimes you might not have a grid, so that you need to use another graph papers. But sometimes if you are drawing the things like roughly, you might not have any graph papers, right? In your book, sometimes you may have like grid, right? Right? Grid. So it would be better to have the x-axis like double the squares, right? Double square is equal to 1 unit. Double square is equal to 1 unit. Double square is equal to 1 unit, right? When it comes to y-axis, single square equals to the 1 unit. Single square equals to 1 unit. Single square equals to the 1 unit. Blah blah blah. Right? Upside and downside, right and left. And double squares 1 unit. Double squares 1 unit on the x-axis. Single square 1 unit, single square 1 unit, single square 1 unit, single square 1 unit on y-axis. And that might be a suitable scale if you want to draw a very beautiful graph. Keep that in your mind. Okay, right. Right. Then y-axis negative part. Negative part. So this is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Right? I have to extend it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So this is my y-axis. Definitely you need to mark y-axis. Otherwise your graph Cartesian plane is wrong. So this is the completed Cartesian plane according to this as they have given. I will mark the point A. Point A. Point A is this. So I will say point A -4 +4. What is the meaning of this? So this is the x coordinate, right? X coordinate, and this is the y coordinate, right? Y coordinate, and what will write all, right? This is x coordinate, this is y coordinate. So x coordinate is -4, where I have x coordinate minus 4 on the x-axis. -4, -4, -4, -4 are here. X coordinate -4 is here. Y coordinate positive side is this. Y axis is this. Positive point is here. So where the two perpendicular lines crosses each other that you have drawn for the x-axis and y-axis, right? On point -4 and +4. This is the intersection point of those lines. So this is where your point A lies. And this is where your point A lies. Right? They are asking from you to mark point B, 4, -4. Right? Point B, +4, -4. Right? X coordinate is +4, y coordinate is -2. Right. X coordinate +4, x axis coordinate 4, right? This is it. Then y axis -4. Y axis -4. So this is -4. So if I show you like this might cross somewhere around here. Anyway. So this is the point where you can see the point B. Anyway. Okay, then what they are saying is mark the point C and D such that ABC is a square and write the coordinates of C and D. What is it? Right? Okay. AB, CD should be a square if you mark it, right? So what you have to do is just extend these lines by using your ruler. You have to just extend these lines, right, vertically and horizontally. So that's how you are going to form a square, right? You are going to form a square by using these points. Right? By using these points, you are going to construct a square. Right? Now this is my square. Right? So from A to YX, the distance is 0.4. Right? From y-axis to this line, right? Distance is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So the total line is 8. That means from A to, I will say this point is A, B. Let's say this is C and D. And let's say these two are C and D, right? A, B, C, D is square, right? So this is C, this is D. Sometimes you might taken it like this is C, that is D. This is C, that is D, right? Just it's okay. Right? Then, alright. Did I do anything wrong? No. Sorry, I have done something wrong here. A is -4 -4. None of you said me. Hey, wait, you said, tell me. A is -4 -4. So I have to change it. And I will change point A. Again, very right? A -4 -4. X-axis, right? X-axis -4. Y-axis is also -4. So A is here. Right? So this is A. Now this is B, right? A, B. So I will take this as C. I will take this as B. Right? Then you are going to join these points. You are going to join these points, right? By using your this ruler, right? So this length is 8 units, right? So from here to origin, 1, 2, 3, 4 units, 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So this length is A to B, 8 units. If this A to B is 8 units, definitely B to C should be 8 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that side BC is also 8 units because ABCD is a square, right? CD again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Then CD is also 8 units. Then AD automatically is 8 units, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 8, 8, 8, 8 all around the way, right? Okay. Then so this is it, and you are going to write down the coordinates of point C and point D. Right? So you might have x coordinate and y coordinate. So first of all, here you should write the x coordinate. Here you should write the y coordinate. X coordinate is, right? You are going to read, come down until you meet the x-axis from the point C. You are going to go, or you are going to follow this line until you meet the x-axis. That is positive 4, right? And if you want to read the y-axis coordinates, right, from point C, go to your left hand until you meet y-axis. That is also positive. So the coordinates of point C is positive 4, positive. Like when it comes to the D, you have to do the same thing. You have to follow the same thing, right? X-axis, y-axis. I am putting these things for your knowledge, right? For you to understand what we are doing here, right? So here you should have x coordinate. Here you should have y coordinate. Okay, right? So how to find the x coordinate? Now this is the point D. Come down until, right, you meet the x-axis -4. X coordinate is -4, right? Then here you have y, right? Here you have y. Then point D is here. Go right hand side horizontally until you meet y-axis. Until you meet y-axis. That is positive 4. So you can see C is positive 4, positive 4. D is negative 4, positive 4. So those are the things that they have asked in the first problem. Then they are asking, write the equations of each side of the plane figure ABCD. Write the equations of the plane figure, right, of each side. There are 4 sides we have. There are 4 sides. How to write the equations of these 4 sides? Very easy, right? I'll let you know 2 things, right? 2 examples from this one and this one, right? Then it's up to you to write the equations of the rest of the sides, right? You have to do it alone, right? Oh. So I will show you. So now I'm going to write down the equation of CD, right? I'm going to write down the equation of CD in a manner, right? Right? Very easy. Now you need to think where that CD line crosses, right? In which axis, right? So you need to think of that. CD line crosses through which axis and which point? That is the equation of CD. Which axis, which point? Those two are the equation of the CD line. So now you need to imagine which axis, right? Y. Which point? Positive 4, right? So then how am I going to write down the equation? Y-axis 0.4. Y equals 4. What is that? So I will use a different color so that you can see. y equals 4. Y equals 4 is the equation of CD line. Right? CD line. Right? Y, this is the equation of CD line. Right? Then I will show you, right, how to write the equation of BC line. BC line. Right? What is it? Right? Same as previous. Same thing you have to do. You have to think of two things. Right? You have to think of two things. So what are the two things? BC line process through which axis? BC line process through x axis. Okay. And which point? Point is 4. So x equals 4. X equals 4 is the equation of BC line. Right? Now I am going to give you 30 seconds. I am going to give you 30 seconds. Write down the equation of AB and AD. Right? Write down. Do it fast. Can you tell me the answers? What is the equation of AB and what is the equation of AD? Tell me. Tell me to the chat. Chat number. Right? Okay. Thank you for your support. Right? So this one, AD. Right? What you need to follow? Right? You need to follow AD line process through which axis? That is X. Right? That is X. Right? And which point? -4. So this is the equation of AD line. Right? Then you are going to write the equation of AB line. Right? AB line. Equation of AB line. Right? Uh, First of all, you think of AB line process through y-axis. So this should be like y equals something. Y equals something means this is negative. So the equation of AB line is y equals negative. What is that's all. Right? Right. Thank you. Yes. Right. Hopefully, hope you have done this. Right? Now I will tell you. Okay. Right, now I'm going to share the screen. Now I'm going to share the screen. Okay, hope you can see this. All the necessary things have been given here. There are right? All the necessary things, right? Like a or not, I have already given them. Each and everything, right? So yes, we are going to move to the next part, right? Functions, right? Functions. So I have given here for an instance. Let us take y equals 10x as our function. Let us identify the terms of this function. First of all, we are going to identify the terms of this function. Then, first of all, I have mentioned y equals 10x. Y equals 10. And I have given some three arrows like this. Some three arrows like this. So, what is this y is called? What is this x is called? What is this 10 is called? Can anyone tell me what is this y is called? What is y can?
Subject.
Yes, that is the subject of the formula. By using the terms of graphs, by using the terms of graphs, how you can say what is y, what is x, and what is 10? How you can say that? What is y, what is 10, and what is x? By using the terms of graphs. No idea. Hope you have done this lesson in your school, right? Isn't it? That's it. Did you complete this? Yeah? No?
No.
No. But Sira, Tanuki, Nathamuni, complete this code. Monday current that. Right. Okay, let's do. So, in terms of the graph lesson, we say this y is called, right? Y is called the independent variable. The independent variable. Independent variable. That means this y, sorry, not independent but dependent. It is y, and it is called dependent variable. Another dependent variable. Right? If this y becomes the dependent variable, this x should become what? Independent variable. Independent variable. Right. So what is the meaning of dependent variable and the independent variable? What is it?
The why the dependent variable is dependent by the the other side of the
Yeah,
equal mark.
yeah, exactly right. So I think you got the point, but yes. So dependent variable means it's like you. Hello. So this y is like you. Hello. Why is that? You are depending upon your mother and father, isn't it? ಅವರು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಾಲಿನ ಅದರ job so you are like this dependent variable, okay? You are like this dependent variable. Your mother and father like X independent variable. They are the ones who earn money. They are the ones who earn money for you. Right? So you are the dependent guys, and your mother and father are the independent guys. Right? So this is somewhere something like constant we call. Right?
Coefficient.
Huh?
Coefficient of x.
Yes, coefficient of x. We will be able to use another name, right? When we are dealing with this, right? Under functions, under graph. That is the coefficient of x. Yes, dependent variable, right? This y depends upon x. This y, right? This y depends upon x variable. You should understand that. If someone asks what is y and what is x? Yes, y is the dependent variable. X is the independent variable. They might ask y depend on which variable? Y depends on x variable. But x does not depend on y. It's individual and independent. And it does, right? This x variable does not depend on anything. Does not depend on anything. Independent. Right. So the please write the dependent variable and independent variable. Well, this 10 is called uh, constant value, right? Or we can say coefficient of x variable. Right? In another words, we can say it's a constant value. Constant value. And more importantly, it is said when it comes to the graph terms, it is said our gradient, right? This 10 is called the gradient. Right? So please write these things. Dependent variable y, independent variable x. 10 is for the coefficient of x variable. That means it's a constant value, right? It's a constant value, right? Then this 10 is called in terms of graph gradient. Gradient. We have done it from two periods very fast. You can remember සාමාන්‍ය මේක තියෙනවා මේ allocated number of periods. මේ allocated number of periods තියෙනවා period මම හිතන්නේ හතරකට වැඩි. අද period හතරකට වඩා කරන්න ඕනේ මේක මම මතක නැහැ. ඒක type table එකේ තියෙනවා. පළවෙනි textbook එකේ තියෙනවා. I will be doing this for like 2 or 3 weeks. Right, last time I did it like full day seminar, right? 2 seminars. It's 9 periods. It should be covered like 9 periods, right? 9 periods means you are having 50 minutes period of 1 period means 50 minutes, right? Yes. Isn't it? 50 or 40?
40.
40. 40 into 9 means 360. 360 divided by 60 means you should do up to 6 hours. 6 hours. So when it comes to the class, right? When it comes to the class, it is 2 days. Right? More than 2 days in the class. Not in the school, it is like 9 periods. 9 periods.
So, but we had done it in 2 periods.
Maybe. මේවා ඉස්කෝලේ වැඩ කරනකොට දුක් කියන්න බෑ නේද? මොකද ඔය මේ කවර් කරන්න ඕනේ ඒගොල්ලෝ මෙන්න ඒවා කරන්න ඕන. ඊට පස්සේ කොහොමද කරලා මේ මේවා කවර් කරන්නත් ඕනේ. ඉතින් සමහර වෙලාවල් වලට ඒගොල්ලන්ට වෙලාවක් නැති වෙනවා කවර් කරන්න. ඒකෝට මේක ප්‍රශ්නක් තියෙනවා. You should learn it however, right? From the school or from the class, or whatever. Right? That's the thing. අපිට මුත් කියන්න බෑ ඉස්කෝලේ වැඩ කරලා ඒගොල්ලෝ ඉගෙන ගන්න. Teacher is blaming the government. මල ගෙයි එන්නද? මගේ දැන් යාර කැමති නැහැ මේ. දැන් ඉන්න අය ටිකයි. ඒක රජේ වලට තොරටද? ඒගොල්ලෝ එක්ක එනවා මැනේජ් කරගන්නකො ටයිම් ටේබල්. මල ගෙයි. ඒ වෙනවා ඉතින් අර ඒ මැනේජ් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි අපේ කාලේ නම් මෙච්චර ගොඩක් කරලා හරි. අර දඩමඩ ගාලා ගියේ නැහැ. අපේ දවස්වල නම් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කවර් කරන එක සෑහෙන දුරට කරලා තියෙනවා. At least 80% of the papers they will cover, right? Okay. So I hope you have marked these parts. I hope you have marked these parts, right? And I am going to clear it up, right? So now we are going to move to the next part. So when it comes to here, y equals 10x, comma, in this function, right? In this function, what is the index of the term x? Can anyone tell me what is the index? I need your support to do this. This all, right? As you can see here, in y equals 10x here, what is the index of term x? When we have the index, what is the index? If you learn, right, well, the integers lesson, this is nothing. May give up. If you learn the integers lesson, this is nothing. Can anyone tell me what is the index of this x? What is the index of this x? Think a little bit. No one? All if I write y equals 10x like this, right? The index of x is, right? That means the power of x are. I am asking it in different way. What is the power of x? Index mother as well. Can you tell me what is the power of this x value? Tell me. What is the power of x value? No one? One. So the power of x is 1. Power of x is 1. So this 1 is called the index. I don't know index again. So you need to identify that. And this power 1 is called the index. So I am going to clear this. Right? It would be better if you can mark the power of x is 1. Right? 1. Okay. Y equals 10x. In this function, what is the index of the term x? That means the power, right? That means the power. Right? Index is 1. Write down 1 here. Since the index of the term is 1, this function is called a linear function. Remember that. Right? if you see some kind of a function like this, you need to make it and you need to find out what is the index of x? What is the index of x? Right? The index of x is 1. If the index of x is 1, then it is called a linear function. A linear function. A linear function. Okay, so then please write this and send me D. What am I here that D is the I'm gonna get it. Right. Okay, great. Ane put support kan din there. Either what part of right. So what is the nodal pair? What is the nodal pair? What nodal pair is? What is nodal pair is something like this. So you know already this one. Right? Nodal pair is x coordinate here, right? Comma y coordinate, right? Cross brackets. So this is called an ordered pair. Or you can simply give it like x comma y. This is called an ordered pair. And this is called an ordered pair. Right. You should understand it. Correct? Sorry, okay, I capitalize the word ordered pair. Correct? Okay, we done. We finish. Right. So let's go to the next page. We have a page here. Okay, these things are small but important. They are body level but important, right? Okay. Right. So I'm going to do this. Right. I'm going to do this on the board. Right. So otherwise you won't get anything. Right. I'm going to stop sharing. Right. I'll clear the board and I'll draw that table on the board. Right. Right. Come to page number 2. Right. Come to the page number 2. So it says, let us calculate the corresponding y values when x values are given and write x and y values as an ordered pair. As ordered pairs. Right. So first thing that they have given is, so here you have been given the function. The function is y equals 10x. And also you have been given the x values. X values are -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. 1, 2. Right. Then this is the table. Right. First column. Right. To the second column, they have taken for the first column they have taken the values of x. Right. To the second column, they have taken 10x. 10x means this 10x is equal to y. Right. Right. Y is called 10x. So this is y. Right? You are calculating y here. Then you are going to put the y value here, which is same thing this. Right? Y equals 10x. The value you are taken here is equal to y because y is equal to 10x. Then you have to write down ordered pair. Have the right. Right. Then put other right. Our measuring put a bar. This is the column that you are going to use as your x values. Right. Then I will write under this x column those values. So the, first of all, write those things. Right. So I will begin from like positive 2, right? Positive 2. From positive 2, no, I will begin from minus. Right? We have minus 2 here, minus 2, then in the next part, minus 1, then you have 0, then 1, then 2. Right? Then, right, so the list, fill this, and filter. Okay, design and send me the answers. So great. This is easy. Right? Right. So the when you have the x value is negative 2, right? You are going to substitute this x value that is negative 2 here. Right? So basically you are having 10x. 10x means 10 multiplied by x. Right? 10 multiplied by x value is negative 2. You are going to substitute x value here. Negative 2. So you know how to simplify this. You know how to simplify this. Positive 10, negative 2 multiply. Positive into negative, negative 10 times 2, 20. So the 10x means I told you, right? I told you, right? I told you, so 10x means y. So that means the y at y axis, oh y variables value is negative 20. Negative 20. What is that? When x value gets negative 2, y becomes negative 20. When x value gets negative 2, y becomes negative 20. Right? It's something like this. When your mother or father get angry, you will cry. Right? Because you depending on your mother and father. And when your mother or father gets angry on you, you will cry. You will cry. Right? තරහ ගියම hina වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ. hina ගියම තව ප්‍රතිවිපාක වැඩි. Circumstances will be higher than that, higher than the previous. Right? Right? So how you are going to write the ordered pair? Ordered pair is called like x comma y pair, right? X coordinate, y coordinate. So what is the x coordinate comes here? Negative 2. What is the y coordinate? If x becomes negative 2, y becomes negative 20. Right? So this is the ordered pair. You need to use the brackets. Right? Right. So likewise, do the rest. Negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. Right? Just substitute and do the simplification. What is just substitute and do the simplification. So then do the second table last way. Do the second table last way. Right? Y equals minus 3x. Please fill that. I'll let you know how to do. Right. Hope you are done. Right. Now check the answers. Right. Okay. So same thing you have done. Right? You have to do. Right. So negative 1 10x. So I am going to substitute this negative 1 instead of x. Right. Instead of x. So 10 multiplied by x. No. 10 multiplied by negative 1. Instead of x, I am putting negative 1. Right. So positive into negative. Negative 10 times 1 10. Right. So y value is negative 10 because y is equal to 10x according to here. Right. So ordered pair when x value is negative 1, y value is negative 10. Likewise, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 10 multiplied by 0, 10 multiplied by 0, the value is 0. So y becomes 0. So the ordered pair is 0, 0. 1. 10 times 1. That is positive 1. 10. 2. Substitute. 10 times 2. 10 times 2. 20. Right? So here 10, here 20. And here x is 1. Right? Y is 10. X is 2. Y is 20. Now you need to understand the pattern also. We have something like this. Sequence of numbers. Right? Negative 20, positive 20. Negative 10, positive 10. Middle number is 0. Correct. Also, pretty tricky. So you need to understand that. You will get that. Right? And I told you to do y equals minus 3x as well. What are the values given? Different values have been given. Right? Minus 1 over 3, 0, 1 upon 3, and 1. Right. So I'll clear the rest. Minus 3. Right. So how to do this? What is it? Right? X values they have given minus 1, minus 1 upon 3, 0, positive 1 upon 3, and that's where you need to see the pattern. That's the pattern. 1. So here you have minus 3x. Right? Minus 3x. Instead of x, I am going to substitute minus 1. What is the value? Negative into negative, positive 3 times 1, 3. Right? First of all, I will end up with here. This column I will finish. Right? Then minus 3 into x. Minus 3 multiplied by x value means negative. So that means minus 1 over 3. Negative into negative, positive. Numerator value 3, denominator value 3. That means 3 times 1, 3 times 1. Right? 1. Positive 1. The value is positive 1. 0. You are going to substitute 0 here. Negative 3 into 0. 0. Right? Any value multiplied by 0. 0. 0. 1 upon 3. You are going to substitute 1 upon 3 is for x. Negative 3 multiplied by substitute 1 upon 3. Right? Equal mark. Negative times positive, negative. 3 times 1, 3 times 1. So the value is 1. Negative 1. Right? Negative 1. This one, negative 3 multiplied by x means 1. Negative into positive, negative. 3 times 1, 3. Right? Okay. Then y value is called minus 3x because y equals minus 3. So y value is 3, positive b, positive 1, 0, negative 1, negative 3. And ordered pair. Right? Negative 1, comma, positive 3, negative 1 upon 3, comma, positive 1, 0, comma, 0, positive 1 over 3, comma, negative 1, positive 1, comma, negative 3. Are you there? Right? So this is basic simplifications from grade 8. Basic simplification from grade 8 and grade 7. Are the right? If you have forgotten them, please go through the rest. Go through those. Okay. Right. X value. I haven't given that. Then y. Then order pair. This is for example number 2, right? This is for example number 3. That is y equals negative 2x plus 5. Negative 2x plus 5. X values range, right? Given as minus 4, comma, minus 2, comma, 0, comma, 2, comma, 4. Right? So I will substitute them here. Minus 4, minus 2, minus 6, sorry, 0, then 2 and 4. Right? So what is to be written here? So you have to write negative 2 times x plus 5. Negative 2 times x plus 5. Right. Same thing you have to do. Alright. So I will show you. I will show you. So here you have x. Instead of x, you are going to substitute negative 4, negative 2, 0, 2, and 4, and you are going to find the value. That value is equal to y because y is equal to negative 2x plus 5. So this value you obtain here is equal to y. Then you can write down the ordered pair. So I am going to substitute negative 2 times x. Negative 2 multiplied by x means negative 4. Negative 4 plus 5. Right? You know how to do. Then negative into negative, positive. I am not going to write that. 2 times 4, 8 plus 5. 8 plus 5 is 30. My y is equal to 30. So that ordered pair is called x comma y. Right? When x is negative 4, y is 30. Negative 4 comma 30. If you write it like this, totally wrong. Please use brackets. Then again, X value is negative 2. You are going to substitute negative 2 here. So negative 2 multiplied by x. X means negative 2 again. Right? Then you are going to add 5 for that. Right? Do it. Then negative 2 is here multiplied by 0. Add 5. What is the value? Negative 2 is here multiplied by x. X value is positive 2. Add 5. What is the value? Negative 2 is here, right? Multiplied by x is positive 4 and 5. What is the value? Right? Do it fast and write down the pairs. I'll give you 1 minute.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir, I have sent you the answer.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah. I see. So the last one is for example number 3, right?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Let's take. How will you do? Right. Did you finish? You need to do it fast. Huh? Right. Okay. Oh, you have done. Check the answer. Negative 2, sorry, negative into negative, positive. 2 times 2, 4. 4 plus 5, 9. I will finish this column. Uh, Anything multiplied by 0, 0. Plus 5. That means 5. Negative multiplied by positive, negative. 2 times 2, 4. Plus 5. Right? So, two directed numbers, which is the biggest one, positive 5. Get the subtraction, 5 minus 4 is 1. The sign is the biggest number sign, positive 1. Right? Negative into positive, negative. 2 times 4, 8 plus 5. Right? This is something like, if you can't remember the logic, right? Like, think like infants. Right? 8 girls, 5 boys. What happens? 5 boys taken by 5 girls. Thrown out, then how many girls remain here? 3 girls, right? So, if you want to think logically, what is the biggest number? Negative 8, right? So, two directed numbers. So, two different signs. So, biggest number is 8. Get the subtraction 8 minus 5 is 3. And how you are going to decide the sign of this? By looking at the biggest number sign negative. So, this is then x value is negative 4, y value is 30, right? So, here y value is 9, y value is positive 5, positive 1, and negative 3. Right? So, here x value is negative 2, y positive 9, brackets. X value is 0, y value is 5. X value is 2, y value is 1. X value is 4, y value is negative 3. Right? Done. Then don't do the fourth one. If you want, you can do the fourth one, right? But do fifth one. Y equals negative 2, y equals negative 2 over 3 plus 5. X coordinates are negative 6, negative 3, 0, comma 3, comma 6. I'm not going to help for this one because you know the things. You know how to do this. Right? Do this. Right? I'll give you 1 minute to do it. Do it fast. Very careful. Right, I'm going to discuss. Right. Hope you have done. Next. So here, instead of x, right? Instead of x, you are going to substitute these values: -6, -3, 0, 3, and 2. Correct? Okay. So I am going to substitute those values one by one. -2/3 x. Here you have x of. Instead of x, I am going to substitute -6 plus 5. Right? Right. Then how to simplify? How simplify that? Negative into negative, positive. 3 and 6. You can simplify, right? 3 times 1, 3 times 2. Negative into negative, positive, right? 2 times 2, 4. Right? 4 plus 5, 9. Done. That means y value is 9. Here you have -3. I am going to substitute -3 here. -2/3 multiplied by -3 plus 5. Right? 3 times 1, 3 times 1. Simplify. Negative into negative, positive. 2 times 1, 2 plus 5. 2 plus 5, 7. So the y value is 7. 0. Our friend, -2/3 multiplied by 0 is 0 plus 5. So the value is 5. This is 0. So y value is 5. 3. Right? 3. -2/3 multiplied by 3 plus 5. Previously, we have substitute -3. We ended up with +7. So I should substitute this one now. Right? So 3 times 1, 3 times 1. Right? Negative into positive, negative. 2 times 1, 1 plus 5. This is something we have done earlier, right? Previously, 1 girl, 5 boys. What happens? That is the thing, story. Right? But logically, what happens? Right? What is the biggest number? Biggest number is 5. Right? So get the subtraction because these two are different two signs, right? Two directed numbers. 5 minus 1 is 4. The sign is the biggest number sign, it is plus. Right? So, positive 4. Right. -2/3 multiplied by 6 plus 5. 3 times 1, 3 times 2. Negative into positive, positive. 2 times 2, 4. Positive 4. Sorry. Negative into positive, negative. 2 times 2, 4. Plus 5. Again, 4 girls, 5 boys. That means story. Logically, 5 is the biggest guy, but negative value and a positive value, two directed numbers with different sign. So, biggest number is 5, get the subtraction. 5 minus 4 is 1. How to decide the sign? By looking at the biggest number sign, that is positive. So, positive 1. So, ordered pair. -6, comma, positive 9. -3, comma, positive 7. 0, comma, 5. 3, comma, 4. 6, comma, 1. Right? 6, comma, 1. And the right. Today we are understood. Very well. So very basic things you have to substitute and find the order pairs and find the order find the values, right, of the order pairs. Right? So that's what you need to do basically. Okay. So shall we have a break? Yes. This is we are in the break, right? So okay. So you can have a break now. Right. So that here, right? On the page number 4, we are going to do this second subtitle function to the core y equals mx and the gradient of the graph of a such function. Right. First of all, I am going to tell you something about this, about filling this table. Right. So under that table, you are being given some things to do. Before that, you have to fill this table first. Right. Then I'm going to give you a tip that is valid until you go to your university as well. And please remember that. So, in the previous example that we did, right, you have been given a set of values for x. Right? You have been given a set of values for x. But here, right, there is no any set of values being given. You need to decide. So basically, right, if in the exam they are asking from you to draw a particular graph, right? If they are asking to draw a particular graph, right? They might not give you that x values range. So sometimes you have to decide the x values range. What are the values that I have taken to the left hand side, that minus values? What are the things that I am going to take positive x values, positive side of the x values, including 0. Right? So now this is 2x, right? Now don't write. I am giving you the tip. Now this is 2x name, right? This is a whole number. Right? This is a whole number. And if you have a whole number, you don't need to worry about anything. You can take any value range for it. So for an example, as you refer the previous examples, so you can take -2, -1, 0, and 1, 2. Here, if you have a whole number, if you have a whole number, you can take this value range to draw the graph. But this whole number can become a fraction. A fraction, right? So sometimes you might have something like this. Y equals 1/3 times x. So what is the suitable value range for this? What is the suitable value range for this? Including 0. Now you need to take a little bit. You take a 40 trick here, small trick. How then?
We have to choose multiples of 3.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. Why you are going to choose multiples of 3? Hey, what is the reason?
Because the denominator is 3, then that is can be divided by that number.
Yeah, exactly. You need to get rid of the fraction value, right? When it comes to the y values. If you want to get rid of fraction value, right? This is already fraction value. One of the if you want to obtain a whole number, right? You are going to multiply this by 3, or you are going to multiply this by 6. 3 and 6 are whole, right? 3 and 6 are whole multiples of 3. Multiples of 3, because in the denominator you have 3. So, right, you are going to decide the x value range by using multiples of 3. Use multiples of 3 to decide the x values range. So I will choose -6, -3, then 0, +3, +6. So I will take another example. Y equals, let's say, 1/5 x. or 1 upon 6. So whatever, right? Whatever. In the denominator, you are having 5. It is 5. If you want to get rid of the fractional part, what is the x value range? Because x value range multiples of 5. Multiples of 5, including 0. 0 is here, right? 0, 5, comma, 10, right? To this side, negative 5, comma, negative 10. What can I say? Right? Think and imagine, right? So again, another example, y equals 1 upon, let's say, 7, right? X. How to decide the value range of x? Denominator I am having 7, right? Denominator I am having 7, right? So multiples of 7 should be taken. Multiples of 7. Okay. Multiples of 7 means including 0. To plus side 7, comma 40. Right? To negative side negative 7, comma negative 40. Done. What time? Keep this thing in your mind. Right? Denominator is 3, choose multiples of 3. Denominator is 5, choose multiples of 5. Denominator is 7, choose multiples of 7. Right? Value range. By using this, you will be able to draw your graph easily. And right. Okay. So I hope you know how to fill this graph. This is 2 so I will take like the value range is that, right? Negative 2, negative 1, 0, comma 1, comma 2. Right? This is a whole number. Right? This is like 10x. Same thing. This is 20x. Same thing. Okay. It is up to you. You can choose whatever you want there, right? When you are having a whole number, that's okay. When you are having a fractional number, I would say I choose multiples of the denominator. Multiples of the denominator. Multiples of the denominator for the x value range. That's the easiest way. So I have taken here -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Got it? Right. So here I am going to substitute 2 multiplied by -2, positive into negative, negative compared to 4, so that means y is 4. Here 2 multiplied by -1, positive into negative, negative 2 times 1, 2. Negative 2, negative 1, negative 2. So here anything into 0, 0. Right here you have 1 and here you have 2. 2 multiplied by 1, 2 multiplied by 2. This is 2 multiplied by 2, 2 multiplied by 2, 4. Right? 2, comma 4. Sorry, 2, 4. So, ordered pairs x, comma y, negative 2, comma negative 4. Here, negative 1, comma negative 2. Right? Here, 0, comma 0. Right? Here, 1, comma 2. Here, 2, comma 4. Right? 2, comma 4. Right? Okay, මම එදා මේ කිව්වේ නෑ නේද? තියරි ක්ලාස් එක sorry පේපර් ක්ලාස් එකේදී මම කිව්වේ නෑ නේද මේ ක්ලාස් නිවාඩු කියලා. නිවාඩු කියලා කිව්වේ නෑ. මම හිතුවේ උදේ ඉඳන් හවස තියන්නේ කියලා විතරයි. නේද? මට මගේ මතකේ හරිනම් හරියද? නේ? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. මම කිව්වේ මේ
I say morning. I say morning.
Oh yeah, you said morning, right? And also Sanagi also said
Sir,
morning.
at last you told let's meet in next Sunday.
In the paper class. But I didn't tell you like, and I asked you like, what the...
Because there are some students from other.
Yeah. So in the paper class, right? So Samara got in not yes මම ඒගොල්ලන්ට කිව්වා මේ අපි next week හම්බෙමු කියලා හරි yes you got it right but I didn't say in the theory class right we are not in the class today right and I emphasize that we are having the class on Wednesday right maybe Q&A yes hi okay hope you got this point right I am going to clear this part කමන්න එන එක්කෙනා ඇවිල්ලා ඉගෙන ගන්න ප්‍රශ්නයක් හරිද එන කට්ටියට වම් ගන්නවා එච්චරයි අර ඔක්කොම ෆලෝ කරන්න බැහැ ලොකුණාව මේ එක්කෙනා එන එච්චර සමහර විට ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ සමහර කට්ටිය දැන් අද පන්සල් ගිහිල්ලා ඇති සමහරලාට but පන්සල් යන්න නම් තා ගොඩක් වෙලාවට පුළුවන් අක්ෂේ පන්සල් යන්න පුළුවන් ඉතින් ඇත්තටම හරිද මේ ඒක යන්න වෙලාව ගොඩක් තියෙනවා right yes okay so mark the followings on the graph so we are going to draw the graph right we are going to draw the graph right and before that I'll tell you something right? So now you have enough space down there right so Buddha, now you have the function y equals 2x right this is very similar to your y equals mx right as I told you earlier this m is called sorry this m is called the gradient that means this 2 is called the gradient of the graph gradient right? Gradient so that means your gradient is equal positive 2 m equals 2 and you need to understand that and m is equal to 2 m is equal to 2 so that is the gradient of this particular graph right first of all please write this you need to understand right 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 here has drawn the graph right great so most important before you are going to draw a graph you need to identify what is my x value range what is my y value range that's why we have filled this table when you refer the x you will get to know about the x value range right so x value range is -2 -1 0 1 and 2 -2 to positive 2 okay right y value range -4 -2 0 2 and 4 that means y value range right is -4 to positive 2 so you have now a rough idea and as I told you earlier when you are getting the scale of the graph when you are getting the scale of the graph right you can take two marbles. That means two small squares in your. If you are not having small squares in your paper, that's two. That's okay. So take a similar like 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter length, right? And when you are marking the y axis value range, take like half of centimeter, half of centimeter, half of centimeter, half of centimeter. Or else you might take what? Single square, single square, single square, single square, single square, single square, right? Up and down, right? When you are marking y value, when you are having squares, right? Or if you are not having squares, use half of centimeter, half of centimeter, half of, or else you can change the scale, right? You can change the scale. X-axis 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, y-axis 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, right? Very easy. It's up to you to decide, right? However, you need to make sure that your graph is beautiful and clear, perfect. You are not going to do rough works on it, right? If you are drawing a straight line, that is straight line, not something like art. Don't do that. If you are marking a point on the graph, this is the point, right? If you are drawing a graph, sorry, line, this is the line, right? You are not going to draw a line like this, not going to do. Point, no, totally wrong. Graph should be a clear, visible thing to everyone. So by reading the graph, the people will identify a lot of things, right? A lot of data that they will need, right? We will discuss it later, but right now we are going to learn how to draw a graph, right? By looking at the x column, you will get to know about what is the range of the x axis. By looking at the y column, you will get to know the range of the y axis. Important two things, right? So first of all, y-axis, arrowhead, y-axis label. Arrowhead, x-axis label. Correct. Origin, 0. Origin. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So the here you have to -2 and +2, but as a best practice, take 1 unit more than that and 1 unit less than this. Right, that means -3, +3. Right, add 1 unit more than this, less than this 1 unit. Right, so that means for the positive side 1, 2, 3. The original range is up to 2, right? With positive 2. But as the best practice, I have taken another value to this. Take a moment for you guys. So 1, 2, 3. -1, -2, -3. For the negative side, the maximum value is -2. So, but I have taken -3 as well as a best practice. Right, best practice. Right. So then, by range -4. So I will take up to -5 and also +5. Here +4 ended up with +4. I will take up to +5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Right. So then when you are drawing a graph, these lines are below the x-axis. These lines. And the data values, data labels are below the x-axis. When it comes to the y-axis, right? These lines, small lines, right? Our left hand side are situated in the left hand side of the y-axis, and the data label, these labels located in the left hand side of the y-axis. You are not going to mark like this. You are not going to mark like this. This does not count upper side of the x-axis. This does not count upper side of the x-axis. That is not wrong, but cat ugly. Don't do it like that. Keep the graph clear. Right. So now I am going to mark the point. First order pair, -2, -4. Where is my -2 in my x axis? -2, -2 somewhere around here. Right. That is the first. -1 and -2. -1 is here, -2 is here. Right. Somewhere around here. Right. Then 0, 0. 0, 0 is here. 1, 2. 1, 2, somewhere around here. Where is then 2, 4. 2, 4. Now I have marked the 5 points. Right? So now you need to take your ruler, right, and align it here, right, and align it here, right. Then join. Right? Yes, this is it. Right? It goes through the origin. Right? Right? If you want, you can extend that. Doesn't matter. You can extend it. Right? This continues up to infinity. Right? This continues up to infinity. From this side also, you can continue. Doesn't matter. Right? You have to just place or align the ruler and just draw a single line. Right? Just draw a single line. That's all. When order pair is -1, I'm going whole 4. When order pair is have -4, -4, I am drawing the whole graph to minus graph to +4. Can you do it? What do you want to say? I couldn't get it. Okay, can you ask that question after the class? After the class, I will explain you. What is the number?
Sir, can you look at my screen?
Huh?
Sir, can you look at my screen?
Wait. Take more than 1 point from here to here, right? It is a best practice when you are doing your O levels, when you are doing your A levels, when you are doing your university studies itself. ඒක මේ best practice එක විදිහට තියාගන්න. ඔය විදිහට හරි, right? If you end up with 4, that's okay. But that's why I told you it is a best practice to take 1 point more than this. ඔම හැමෝම කවුරු කියන්නේ නැහැ. මේ අනිත් කට්ටිය කියන්නේ නැහැ උඩ. හරිද? මම දන්නේ නැහැ කියන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවනම් මට කියන්න ඕනේ. හොඳේ අර අත කොට්ටමට කියන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම කිය best practice එක කියන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවනම් this is the best practice. Your graph range ends in like 4, get 1 point more than that. Right? And here if it ends in -2, right? Get 1 point more than that. Best practice, right? For each and every side.
Yes, sir.
4 sides. So take 4 sides, 1 more unit. Right? That is the best practice. Right? That's why I told you that's the best practice. Right? Okay. So
Thank you, sir.
okay, right? So here, right now, if you draw this graph, that's not the end. That's not the end. Now I am the examiner. Now I am going to mark your paper. Now you have drawn a straight line. Right? There is a Cartesian plane. You have drawn a straight line. What is that? I do not know. Done. You have to tell your examiner or teacher, this is my straight line and this is the equation or this is the function that is straight line, so that it becomes a graph. Correct? So that it becomes a graph. Correct? So definitely you need to make sure that you are naming this by using an arrow or whatever. You can use either arrow or you can write the thing on this graph line. You can put y equals to x. Memory and put one, right? This is the name of the function now. Or else you can use an arrowhead and name it as y equals to x, right? One of these ways are correct. Correct? One of these ways are correct. I have shown both. You can use one of them. Correct? It's up to you to decide. Sometimes you might have to use this. Correct? In some particular places, because you might have to draw several graphs, several graph lines, right? So you might be topolized. What a paddling. On that kind of cases, you may use arrowheads. Keep that in mind. You can use either this way or this way. Right? One of these ways you can use. Definitely you need to show that is my graph line. Function is y equals to x. Keep that in mind. I have given it, right? X-axis, y-axis, right? Suitable value range. Mark 2 points such as AB, right? We have marked all the points, right? Then angle which the graph from with the x-axis, right? And write down the function on top of the graph. Okay? On top of the graph, we have written down the function, right? And what is called the gradient? Gradient is called this angle with the x-axis, right? The angle that your graph or the line made, this is called the gradient. This angle is called the gradient of the graph, right? M equals 2, right? We are going to measure it this way, and that means from the x-axis, right? How much slope your straight line made. And no need to mention this one, right? Each and every graph make a own hand, but this red part you need to mention. Right? This is for you understand. The gradient is called this slope, this angle. Right? Right. Right. I will mark 2 points now. 2 points mark currently. Right. So I will take this last point, this point as A, and this point as A, and this point as B. Where are you going to? Huh? Put a mark. May marker. This point is B. This point is A. Huh? This top point is A. This point is B. Please mark it. So we will have to use it later. Okay, what's else करना है? Right. Right. Okay. So let's move to page number 4. Let's move to page number 4. Sorry, page number 5. Page number 5. So there I will show you something. Okay. Yeah, I will show you something. Now, what can you say about this line? What is the shape of that line? Is it a curved line or straight line? Straight line. This is a straight line. And what can you say about the angle that it has made with respect to the x-axis? With respect to the x-axis, what can you say about this angle? What is this angle? What kind of angle is this? Acute tan. Acute tan, right? And most importantly, if you see something like this, right? I will take this point A. I will take this point A. Right? What is the y coordinate of point A? Can anyone tell me what is the y coordinate of point A and x coordinate of point A? What is the y coordinate of A and what is the x coordinate of point A? Please put into the chat. Better than one. What is the y coordinate of A and what is the x coordinate of A? Binuti, Saina, Sanogi. What is the y coordinate of A? What is the x coordinate of A? Anyone? D. Wow, there no nikila kya nitna hai, but उत्तर देने nitna hai. Sorry, I don't know. Right, DNS in me. Right. I do not know about others because you are not responding for my questions. Sorry, behind the camera. Right. It's up to your parents. Right? You are not responding to my answer, my question. Right? I'm not going to ask questions furthermore. Okay. So I do not know. A. If you consider point A, the y coordinate is 4. If you consider point A, the x coordinate is point 2. Right? Y coordinate is 4. Divided by x coordinate is 2. 4 divided by 2, 2. And I'm going to consider point B. So, again y coordinate divided by x coordinate. Point B, y coordinate is -2. X coordinate is -1. -1. So, what is the value? Negative divided by negative, positive. 2 divided by 1, 2. Right? So, if you get the division of y coordinate and x coordinate of point A, it will give you 2. If you consider the point B and if you get the division of y coordinate and x coordinate, it will again give you 2. And if you get this point, so I will say this is C. I will say C. Again, y coordinate divided by x coordinate. Y coordinate is -4. This is for your knowledge. -4. X coordinate is -2. Don't write. -2. Right? Negative divided by negative, positive. 4 divided by 2, 2. So, those 3 points are on the straight line. Right? A, B, C all are on the straight line. But if I take y coordinate divided by x coordinate, it will give me 2. Always it will give me 2. Always it will give me 2. That's a constant value, right? What is this 2?
Gradient.
Yes, this 2 is the gradient. M. Okay? M equals 2. M equals 2. M equals 2. M equals 2. So, the y coordinate divided by x coordinate of a particular point gives you the gradient M. Gives you the gradient M. We are going to discuss it later. Right? But I have given you this ratio is constant each and everywhere if you take any point on the line. Right? Any point on the line. Right? Right. So let's write down the characteristics of the above graph. Right. I'm going to share the screen and I will show you. Um, so we have done these things and we are here. We have done this one. Yes, characteristics of the above graph. Please write these things with me, multiply and that. Right. So I have explained all these, right? And then first thing, the graph is a straight line. The graph is a straight line. Second point, it passes through the origin. As you can see, it's okay. Okay. It passes through the origin, right? It goes through the origin. Origin means 0, 0, right? As you can see. This one. And as I told you, you can see it makes an acute angle with the positive side of the x-axis, right? Acute angle. It makes an acute, sorry, with positive side of the x-axis. When sorry. When any point on the line except origin. Origin is 0, 0, so you are not going to do it. Except origin is 0, 0, so 0 divided by 0, 0, right? Actually, it's not defined. 0 divided by 0. एक एग्जांपल है एक लिंगर है 0 डिवाइड बाय 0 और ये is considered the value of y for being divided by x coordinate is a constant. Is a constant. This is what I have explained earlier. When any point on the line except origin is considered, the value of y coordinate divided by x coordinate is a constant. Right? It is better if you want to write samples. Point A and point B. As you did earlier. अभी कराओगे, you can understand. Right. So below you have calculate y coordinate of and x coordinate of for both points A and B. So I have Angling Kara. So please calculate it for point A here, point A here, point B. Then point A B now, and down there you have point B. Please do it. I have given it earlier for you. Please do it. Right, okay. So let's do. Right. So I will clear this part. I'm going to clear it now. I'm going to do this. So I have done this part in the board. Right? You know how to do. Right. Calculate y coordinate divided by x coordinate for the point for the both points A and B. Right. So I have take point A as 2, 4. This is 2, 4. Point A, I have taken it as 2, 4. Point B, I have taken it as minus 1, minus 2. And minus 1, minus 2. Okay. Then for these points, I am going to calculate y coordinate divided by x coordinate. So here I will type y coordinate divided by x coordinate. Right? So equal mark. Equal mark. What is the y coordinate of x? Sorry, point A. What is the y coordinate of point A? This one. Y coordinate is 4. X coordinate is 2. Right? You need to identify that. Y coordinate identify the known. Okay? Right? Otherwise, you will get the wrong answer. So y coordinate is 4. X coordinate is 2, right? X coordinate is 2. Then you are going to divide both of these. And 4 divided by 2. So the final answer will be equal to 4 divided by 2 is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay? Right. Then point B, you are going to do the same thing. Y coordinate divide by x coordinate. Y coordinate divided by x coordinate. So equal mark. What is the y coordinate of this? This is y coordinate. This is x coordinate of point B. Right? So y coordinate is negative 2. X coordinate is negative 1. So you are going to divide. You are going to divide. Equal mark. Negative divided by negative, positive. Negative divided by negative, these two become positive. 2 divided by 1, that is the value is 2. Value is 2. Right. Okay. So these are the answers that we need to take. Hope you have done. So then we will leave it at the layer. Please send me D once you have completed that. Right. Okay. I'm going to move to the next. So what is this? The value is equal to the coefficient of, right? The value is equal to the coefficient of. So we are talking about y equals 2x graph now, right? Can you remember I told you earlier? We are talking about the above I have given y equals 2x graph, right? So we have drawn it y equals 2x. So this value is right. So point B we got 2 and point A also we got equals to 2. Right? Both values equal to 2, right? So this value is equal to the coefficient of x, right? Coefficient of x in the function y equals mx, right? Which is m, right? Coefficient of x in the function y equals mx. So as I told you earlier, right? This is y equals 2x. Right? This y equals 2x. If you can remember, right? So the variable is right. So this is y equals to it. Y equals to it. So we are talking about y equals to it, right? Which is m. Finally, we can conclude, right? Finally, we can conclude that this constant value we obtained above is called the gradient of the graph, right? The gradient of the graph. So that's how you are going to obtain the gradient of the particular graph. Right. Right. So you know how to name this again, right? So I will tell you. So as we learned earlier, this is dependent variable, right? And x is the independent variable, and you know the new guy is called the gradient, right? So this is it. So then please name it. Right. Okay. So the make done. Make heading on. Please fill the blank like this and do the necessary and dependent variable, gradient and independent variable. Right. Okay. So from here, I'm going to wind up the class from here today, right? Then you will mark, right? So we are going to do the rest of the part from next week. Next week. So the things that we have done or the things that we have completed up to now, please go through them again, right? And it will be a great help for you to understand the things that we are going to do in next week. So from next week onwards, we are going to do the hardest part of this lesson. And definitely do the review exercise question number 2. Do the review exercise question number 2 on page number 1. Right? Then do the exercise 20.1 on the page number 3. Exercise 20.1 on the page number 3 as well. Those are the form. Right? Definitely do them when you come to the next class. So we are going to discuss some important points. So I kept it because I need to remind you these things again in the next class as well. Ilang class again, but medical part remind only so that I have kept this part. Otherwise, I will be able. I have enough time to do the rest of the part as well. But I think it would be better before moving on to the rest of the part in the next week. I should tell you these important points again for you so that you can remember each and every thing and you can understand clear all the things clearly. Are you with? Alright. So I am going to wind up the class from here today. So yes, and do the things.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Okay. So mother the why can the reason was I was telling them, right? The reason was this. Here you have important points, right? So I will give those things in next week. Right? So you can get these things twice. Again, what remember revise they twice so that it would be a great boost to start the things that we are going to discuss in next week. Next week is the hardest part is there. Okay, hardest part is in next week. So okay guys, so good night and stay safe. Do your exams best. Let's meet in next week. And also in the paper class as well.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir. See you. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome. Night.